Hey everyone, my name is Luis Peacemaker, and today I'm here to introduce you to the IEM Cologne 2025 video where we're going to be talking about all the information that you need to know about the event. And obviously, we're going to be doing our tier list, one of my favorite episodes. Doing tier lists, I can't have enough. It's just so fun. And it's one of the most important events that we have in the season. I would say besides the major, probably the most important one. All the top teams are going to be there. It's the beginning of the season, so we might see a lot of upsets. We might see a lot of surprises. That's why Cologne is always very, very exciting. So we're going to start the video by showing you the format, all the information you need to know, and then obviously we finish the video with the tier list and trying to predict who do we think are going to do well and who is going to do bad at the event. So yeah. Besides that, if you're not subscribed to the channel already, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Also, if you enjoy the video, at the end of the video, please make sure to click the like button. That helps a lot. And if you don't follow the SkinClub community already, I would recommend you to do, because there's going to be a lot more videos coming up. There's a lot of other creators creating content for you guys. So yeah, stay tuned and let's go. All right, folks. So here we have it. IEM Cologne 2025 Stage 1, which means the tournament has two stages, and this first one is going to be happening between July 23rd and July 25th in Cologne on land, 16 teams participating. And I guess we can briefly introduce you to our teams. So we have FaZe Clan with Brookie back in the roster. Really exciting to see what FaZe brings to the table. Furia roster, who had a very disappointing run at Fisher Playground. We have Pain Gaming, who also had a very disappointing run in the Playground. We have Astralis, Fisher Playground grand finalist, lost to Tyloo in the grand final, but played some very decent Counter-Strike, I would say. Virtus Pro with the new lineup, who also did pretty bad in the last event. Perfecto was far from what we used to see from him. Gamer Legion with the new roster also did pretty well, considering the fact that it was their first event together. I'm looking forward to see Kersey as the new Opper. 3D Max with the new coach as well. We have Liquid. Liquid has been doing very poor lately, and I'm really looking forward to see what they're capable of doing with this roster in Cologne. I have really low expectations, and hopefully they surprise all of us. We have Heroic, obviously, with the new roster with Nilo and Grix back into the team. We have a MyBR, we have Bait. Looking forward to see Bait as well after the major, right? And then obviously we have Tyloo, the Fisher Playground champions, coming in with a lot of motivation, hungry to prove themselves at the highest stages. Then we have Complexity, big NIP, having one of their most important opportunities for this roster to be able to not only grind points but to prove themselves as well. NIP with the new player, right? Kepper Sky joining the roster instead of Arroz Doce. Then we have FlyQuest with JKS back in the action. Looking forward to see what Justin does as well. So there we have it. We have all the rosters, and then prize pool. We're gonna be talking about it real soon. But basically, the first 8 teams from the stage goes directly to stage 2. The other teams are obviously eliminated with a little bit of prize pool. Nobody goes back home without some cash. And then, it's obviously ranked, right? First tournament that we're going to be seeing, Overpass. It's happening, boys. We have Overpass back in action. Really looking forward to this one. A lot of people are going to be watching for sure. And then, tournament format, obviously BO3, right? Let's see, format. Double elimination BO3. One of my favorites. One of my favorites for sure. And then, so this is stage 1, right? Stage 2, which is the tournament itself, IEM Cologne 2025, happening from July 26th until August 3rd, which means we're going to be having no break between the events, right? Yeah, we go straight into it. One day after, boom. All right. Prize pool, $1,250,000 in total. Another 16 teams participating. But the 8 teams that we just talked about, coming from stage 1, joining us in stage 2 or the tournament itself with Vitality, G2, Falcons, the Mongols, Mouse, Navi, Aurora, and Spirit. The best teams in the world. Let's just put it like that. And yeah, first place gets home with $400,000 plus $60,000 for club share, $180, sorry, second place. And then we go all the way onto the last place. And the last few places with $10,000. Group stage, double elimination BO3. Group winners advance to the playoff semifinals, while second and third places goes to the quarterfinals. Playoffs, obviously single elimination BO3, and then we have our grand final BO5 as usual. What else? Xfloud to stand in for Chantales at IEM Cologne. That's new. That's something that I didn't expect. Cologne roster announcement confirms Mattis to G2 and Nix to MIBR moves. That we already knew. But we're going to be having Mattis on the G2 roster, right? Vitality, no changes. Mouse, no changes. The Mongols, Spirit with Zui, I guess we can. I guess that's how we pronounce it. Zui, joining the roster. Looking forward to see what the Spirit brings to the table. Aurora with Doubt, Exantares. Not sure about this one. Yikes! And they also lost one of their favorite maps, right? The best map on Anubis. I think this is gonna be a very tough one for them. Falcons coming from the bootcamp with no PC and all the preparation. Well, looking forward to see what they're gonna be doing. Navi with Makazi. Looking forward to see Makazi on the big stages. And then G2 with their full new lineup with Sampaios, Mattis, and their new coach coming from Heroic Soul. Very exciting event. But let's cut the bullshit and let's go straight to our tier list and try to predict the unpredictable, right? Because there's a lot of teams that we have no clue what they're capable of doing. But let's just do it anyway and see how far we get from from knowing and from getting correct results, right? It's gonna be fun. Let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's do this. So we have all the teams here, and in no specific order. But then we have our tiers, which means we have the champions. Who do we believe is gonna win the event? We have playoff contenders. We have stage 2 upset potential. We have stage 1 easy. And then we have the teams that we believe has no chance of doing any damage. This could be from the stage 2 as well, the actual tournament, if we actually believe none of them has a chance of doing anything. But yeah, I guess it's gonna surprise you guys a lot, because I in the back of my mind I have a lot of teams that I want to put on no chance already. So I guess the first thing we're gonna do is we will choose. We're gonna put all the top teams all the way in the bottom here, just to make sure, like the best teams, right? The teams from the second stage. We're gonna put them all the way in the bottom, just to make sure that we are not gonna be talking about them for now. The Mongols comes here, Navi, Mouse, and there you go, right? Oh yeah, G2. Yeah, we have all the teams that should be here. Yeah, that's amazing. Awesome. All right. And I guess we can start with Astralis. Astralis, Fisher Playground finalists. They played some good Counter-Strike over there. They have a decent map pool. Could have won against Tyloo. Could have. Should have. You lost. And twice, actually. So Astralis, they should make it through stage 1 easy, for sure. So that means we're going to be putting 8 teams here. And then from there, we will choose a few of them to go to the stage 2 upset potential, right? Which means they will go through the stage 1 easy, plus they have upset potential on stage 2, if there are any, all right? But let's do this first part. Gamer Legion, what do we think? Gamer Legion, do they have a chance in stage 1 or not? I think they do. Let's put them on stage 1 easy for now. I'm just gonna already put Stylo on stage 2 upset potential. That's a pretty solid prediction for me after what they did in Fisher Playground. I think they certainly have the firepower, the strategies, and the motivation and the hype now, right? In order to do it. Furia, yes, they heavily disappointed in Fisher Playground, but I actually believe that with the addition of Overpass, and I think they had their wake up call. I think sometimes a slap in their faces could be a motivation, a reason to wake up. And I think they will wake up in Cologne, and I think they will go through stage one. Not sure if easy, but they will go through the stage one. FaZe Clan with Brookie. I cannot believe FaZe doesn't go through this with the teams that we have here. It's gonna be a heavy disappointment, and I think they're gonna be hungry to prove themselves with Brookie, and Brookie himself gonna be hungry. So FaZe Clan upside potential, absolutely. And Bait is gonna probably. Here's the deal, right? Like between Big and Bait, do I actually believe that Bait has more potential than Big, for example? From what I saw in the last tournament, I mean, Bait hasn't played anything, right? So it's a tough one. It's the first event. They sort of disappointed me at the major in the later stages. I thought they would do great. They certainly have a few maps where they play really, really great. They showed a lot of issues on Dust too, as far as I remember, and some of the maps as well. They have a great Mirage, and that's about it. I have no clue whatsoever if they play Overpass, if they're going to be great or not. So, I just have to be reasonable here. I'm going to put them on no chance for now. We have Big, who in my opinion did pretty decent lately. And they're playing at home. They have this extra motivation. German organization in Cologne. And the majority of the times they deliver, man. I would just believe in the magic. Put them on stage one for now. Yeah, then we have complexity. Well, if I'm not sure about Bait, I cannot believe in complexity. Sorry, folks. All the way in the bottom. NIP with the new player. I like the core. I like the coaching staff. I like the way Snappy controls the game. My big problem with NIP is firepower. And that is the reason also why they brought Capper Sky. This is a rough one. Do I actually believe in NIP like that? Like, who do I believe most? Like, do I believe in NIP or in Heroic or Liquid, for example? I certainly think that Heroic and Liquid has more firepower potential. You guys feel me? Like, does it make sense? Actually, leave it in the comments below if you guys agree with me. I'm gonna put NIP on no chance for now. I have to be reasonable here. Like, they haven't played much, so but it kind of hurts because honestly, like, this heroic roster, like, I'm just gonna put them on no chance. Like, I'm gonna put them on no chance, and I'm actually gonna believe that somehow Liquid also had their slap in the face in the last tournament. And they did pretty poor in online qualifiers as well. If I'm not mistaken, they lost. But I think they've been grinding, and they know the importance of Cologne. They know this is here, like, this is make or break. Like, where do you go from here if you can't even go through stage one with teams like NIP, Heroic, Complexity, Bait, like MIBR, pretty much dead roster. Oh, by the way, MIBR come to no chance. Like, I don't even want to talk about this MIBR roster because honestly, as rough as it sounds, like they certainly don't have any chance whatsoever. Like, it's gonna be a massive surprise if they actually do anything. So yeah. Then we have a Liquid. I'm gonna put Liquid here. Let's make sure we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which means we need one more team going through stage one. And that team about VP, man. VP with Perfecto. If I'm sorry, but I can't. Like, I really like Fame. I like the roster. I think in the long run, maybe they're gonna click, but they certainly have the potential to beat some of these teams here, like specifically Liquid and Big. But I think Furia can beat them on a good day. Gamer Legion can beat them. Astralis certainly can beat this VP roster. That's for sure. FaZe and Tyloo as well. VP nowadays, they can lose to a lot of these teams, including some of the teams in no chance here. Like, I think VP confidently beat MIBR, Complexity, and maybe Bait. They can certainly lose to NIP, Heroic. So yeah, I don't believe in them. I'm sorry. FlyQuest hasn't showed anything. I also have to be reasonable. If I have an IP on no chance, FlyQuest goes to no chance as well, at least for now. And then we have it. We need to put one more team above here. And that's actually, I'm going to put the Astralis on upside potential based on the level of counterstrike they showed in Fisher, at Fisher. They have the experience, they have firepower, they have Hooksy as well, experienced IGL. I think they could do it. So either 3D Max or Pain Gaming are going to no chance. And you know, both of these teams has massive map pool issues. One of them did pretty well at the last measure, the other didn't. Pain Gaming has the passion, Pain Gaming has firepower. Do they? I think they have more firepower than 3D Max. But the problem is that for me, the few maps that 3D Max have are more stable than the Pain ones. That's a tough one. This is just a gamble, honestly. I'm gonna follow my heart. I'm gonna put Pain Gaming on stage 1 and 3D Max on no chance. But this could be my biggest mistake here, for sure. I'm just being biased here, completely honest. Like I between these two teams, for me, it's 50-50. Like really, like there's no real massive difference. Like if you look at their map pools, they're both trash, and one of them might make it, or maybe both of them don't make it. Or in order to, I don't know, the likes of VP maybe, or Heroic maybe, or NIP even. But all of these teams that we have in the list below, all of them has map pool issues, pretty much. So, you know, like maybe the one that has least map pool issues would be Heroic, I guess. But like this is the thing, right? Like they just didn't play good Counter-Strike. I'm sorry, like they didn't play good Counter-Strike. The level they showed in the last tournament, they would have to surprise a lot. I'm just gonna leave it like this for now, at least. Then we go to playoff contenders. From these teams in the next stage, do we actually believe that some of them doesn't stand a chance? Like, keep in mind, we have only 2 rankings, right? I'm gonna say teams that has upset potential, playoff contenders, and the champions obviously is just one team, right? So I'm gonna say Aurora, first one that has upset potential at very best, because I wanted to put them on no chance, but I'm gonna be respectful here and actually put them on upset potential, because I don't believe this roster without Chantares they're gonna do any damage. All right. With that said, we go to playoff contenders, which honestly, it would be kind of weird if I put all of these teams on a playoff contender. So I have to, between these teams, I'm gonna choose another one that is not a playoff contender. They just have upset potential with their new lineup, and I guess you guys know what I'm talking about. For now, at least, let's put G2 on upset potential. Still question marks all around this roster. New IGL, new coach, new players. They have upset potential, and that's about it, right? If you actually consider these other teams here, like they certainly should be a level above. Navi, for example, did just one roster change, right? They brought in a lot of firepower on Makazi as well. So let's put all of them on playoff contenders for now. They should be all playoff contenders. And then how many teams goes through playoffs in the stage 2? Let's actually see. But that's gonna be a little too much, right? That's gonna be a 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. I mean, let's just leave it for now. Obviously, we're gonna be having some surprises here and there, but that's at least what we expect, right? Without watching anything, we expect some of these teams to, at very minimum, show some good level in order to possibly make it to the playoffs. But then comes the biggest question, right? Who do we actually think are going to be the champions? And I know everybody's going to say Vitality, but something tells me that in the first tournament from these teams after the player break, something is going to happen. Something shocking is going to happen. And from this list here, I'm gonna say that either Spirit with the new lineup with Zewi or Falcons is going to shock the world. Falcons, keep in mind that Falcons with the new lineup, they did pretty well as soon as they got Monesi, even without practice. This Mouse roster is also very dangerous. So I am in between Mouse, I'm gonna put them a level above here, Spirit, and Falcons. Like I obviously I want to put some respect. I want to respect Vitality, but I just feel like something is going to happen in Cologne. And between these teams, obviously, Mouse is probably the favorite to surprise. But something tells me that Falcons might make it. But it would be a big balls prediction without even watching how Kiyosuke is gonna play in their first event together, winning Cologne. That might be a little bit too much, right? That might be a little bit too much. Tonk always performs in Cologne, by the way. Let's go. Let's say Spirit wins this thing. It might be a Spirit Vitality Grand Final as well. Yeah, let's leave it like that. Let's live in this in this magic world. Spirit is your IEM Cologne 2025 champions, and I want to know down below in the comments. Do you guys believe in this? Do you guys think Spirit could make it? Please leave in the comments below. If you guys enjoyed the video, click the like button, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.